8:06 p.m. tonight. Spring equinox. Hey, look, check it out. Here's one of the new, there's new lighting or something that they're doing all up and down on Lake. I don't know if it's going to go all the way up to the north. Yeah, they're working on some right over there. But like a couple of months ago, I guess the one gentleman said that there's going to be new lighting on Lake. Seem to be kind of short and kind of slender. Maybe they won't be as tall as the other lighting like that. Or another question is, will they be able to hold the banners? Hey folks, how you doing? Welcome back. It's Charlie. It is Tuesday morning, March 19th. 2024. It's about 8:20 in the morning. Still got a little time before we have to go clock in. Oh. Huh. It's bright, but it's warm. That's why I'm here. Where was I? Oh yeah. Well, I was just catching up on the Pasadena now, and I will post this link down below. I saw that there's another proposal for safe parking, which is actually I'm very cool with, and it should be there. I don't know why it wasn't brought up that it should have been there in the first place, and that is at All Saints. And All Saints over here was the first place where Union Station Homeless Services was developed, and then after time, then they opened up a separate little facility in the corner, and I've shown that little shack, which is now utilized as parking and stuff like that. And I think part of Old Hutch's barbecue property there too. I'm not exactly sure, but anyway, All Saints is the originator of Union Station Homeless Services, and then I think a different entity took it over, or the city took it over, or something like that, and it was handed over to them actually, and they just continued to do this. But they never stayed out of the situation. They over the years and years, they've always fed the homeless and stuff like that. And it's good, and they provided clothing, shoes, and whatever they do, they always come up with some different things that they're always doing and offering for the homeless, which is really cool. But anyway, this is going to be at All Saints, and they said they're going to be able to host for safe parking for up to 25 individuals and or mixed homeless, however the situation is, whatever the count is. Also shower facilities and et cetera, and other things. Like I said, I'll put the link down below. But yeah, and actually that proposal goes up today here at City Hall today on the 19th. I would have liked to have attended that one. I would have totally jeered for that. And I also say it's better here because so we are actually on Garfield. This is part of the old Garfield Street, the old thoroughfare. And over to the right, one street over is Euclid, and All Saints is about a block and a half up over to the right. And that's where it should be. And I say this honestly, it's safer for police response. Heaven forbid anything should happen and stuff like that. But the thing is, that right across is City Hall, and right across is the court and police station, etc., etc. So that's fine. And of course, being familiar territory, the Centennial, which is the other homeless housing place over there, one of the original, the old YMCA. They since they're clients and stuff like that, they go over here to All Saints a lot for breakfast on Mondays or whatever they have, other special events and things like that for the homeless. I think if they do, which is a good thing, I think if they do permit them to do this, there'll be more funding and for them and stuff like that. But as you saw, as I posted in the other video that I just uploaded, Los Angeles County is being considered to be audited for not properly using all the funds and everything during the lockdown, and I think during the past for homelessness. LA says no, we've done it. And I was like, yeah, what did they say? What was exchanged between LA and the situation that wants to the entity that wants to audit them? It's a separate outside audit. So LA County, right off the bat, they're like, no. So they're like saying, well, you guys didn't properly use it. No. And here's what the one person on TV, the reporter, the host, I can't call them journalists because they're not really journalists, are they? Consider a journalist that goes out all over the world, not sits behind the desk. Anyway, they're being accused of not using it. LA County responds, no, that they didn't get like 54 or 20 something thousand people off. No, we got 20 something odd thousand people off the street and everything. So again, it's always with words, right? So yeah, if that's what LA County, now I don't know how this is going. This is my take on it because of the way they said it. If they're saying, yeah, no, we took them off, but then probably the other entity wants to say, well, if you did, we want to see a certain amount or a certain percentage to be successfully housed and taken care of. I would be looking for that, not just automatically turned around. They got them off the streets, put them in a motel because it rained or whatever, because the weather was bad on a temporary basis or whatever. And then after that expired, then they're back out on the streets. I'm pretty sure that's probably what the auditing entity is looking for. Success in the application of permanent housing for homeless, because I sure as hell would. I don't want to say, okay, well, you got 30,000 people off, but look, there's like almost 19,000 that just returned. But we got so many people off like we said we would. Yeah, but they're back out there. Yeah, but we fulfilled what we said. I don't know how that's going to go, but I don't think they did. If anything, they should also audit Pasadena, because Pasadena got a lot of money for the homeless and housing and stuff like that. And after 3 years of being there, and then I ended up basically being told it's either here or nowhere else. Then there's no housing in Pasadena. They didn't properly utilize money. So, especially since I had a Section 8, I had a voucher, and then it expired, and then I got a second one, but then it got pulled away, I think because of funding or because there was no housing. So there's still a lot of crap there that needs to be investigated here in Pasadena. So I'm sure, the homeless and the stimulus checks and everything. And California is being targeted as there's been vacation robberies all over LA area. I guess people from South American country, I think they said Chile or something, I'm not sure, but groups come over here and they actually literally, and there's video, it's like holy crap. I'll definitely put the link on that one below. But California is really not that safe any longer, and if you have children, you definitely gonna have to be very well financially suited and able to go to any decent place of living, and even then any decent Beverly Hills, Bel Air, none of those, not even some of the biggest gated, expensive communities around here. Celebrity homes aren't safe anymore. It's a destruction of a great nation. Alright, well, talk about skeleton crew. Only 3 people opening up before 12. Let's go do this. Don't even have the overhead music. Who's here? Who's? Ooh, oh shit! That. Oof.
Can you hear me? What's that,
11:30. All right, who's the Joker? Working the door. Look at the door. Look at the door. We're done, and it looks like, yeah, they are shooting a show tonight. We even have some Telenor here. Looks like the Spuds McKinsey dog. Alright, well, thought we'd come over here and take a gander before we start heading home. Just seems to be the one thing. The the other thing, well, they're done this weekend that was over there, and both at the other one. But yeah, be filming. They're doing some little of those biopic story videos that you guys see on the contestants, especially. And over there too, there's one about. Oh, it's that dog. That's, what is it? Is that what do you call those? Is that like a English bull? No, the Spuds McKinsey doggies. Kind of weird dogs. Looks like kind of like an alien head. It's not too bad right now. It's about 72 degrees. Just a slight breeze. Oh yeah, Easter is this Sunday. Wow. Time's really going by fast. It is actually a very lovely evening. I would say evening. Perfect for taking a stroll. Maybe take that special someone for a walk. Take the kids out for a while. Definitely take the kids out for a while. Let them burn up that energy so it won't be so hard to get them down at night. The first rules you learn as a parent. Let them just wear themselves out. Backside of this building is quite lovely. was chatting earlier with one of my friends. And we were kind of like looking at each other and looking around. So slow. And she was telling me that her parents, basically we were talking about patience and stuff like that. Yeah, things that pick up and stuff like that. Can't make it quick. And I'm like, yeah. I kind of call it the grocery lane checkout. You're in the line, and then all of a sudden the one line on either side of you, just one of them just goes a lot shorter, and you're looking around, no one's moving, and you move over there because you think you're going to get in quicker. And then lo and behold, the line that you were in, that's why I stopped. This guy was following me. See what I mean? So then the line that you were in starts to move quicker. And actually, like maybe 2 or 3 people that would have been behind you already just getting ready to check out, while you're still waiting in the line that you thought was shorter. We've all experienced that. We've all seen it. We've all experienced that at least one. Whether we go that or go to the self-checkout, and then the self-checkout is having problems and you can't process out that way. Basically, she was telling me that her parents were brought up differently, and she says that my parents are trying to teach me and, kind of like instilling me, just be patient. Don't be so hesitant to quit your job and stuff like that. They were brought up the old-fashioned way, you work at a job, 30, 40, 50 years, 100 years, but you do your best to stick with that job. And I go, yeah. And same with me. I never liked going from one job to the next and stuff like that. My mom always told me it looks bad on your resume, and when your employers call and check, in those times they more or less, they kind of did, depending on what kind of job you did. But they would call to find out, well, how long? Well, what would happen? And stuff like that, especially when unemployment was high. They were quick to get on the horn versus nowadays, anybody. So, and she's like, yeah, I'm just sticking, and besides, I like this job and stuff like that. I go, yeah, I kind of got a situation too, where I've always had, when things get tough like this and not making enough money, and hours are getting short, even it started as early as Target. I told her, I go, people were telling me to quit, go get another job, go do something. And then most recently, the comfort zone, yes. And I showed her, and she's just like, they don't get it. It's too expensive to go anywhere. You could be making $20 an hour basically, and it's still going to be expensive. I go, yeah, I know. They just don't get it. And there's nothing else out here. Skilled labor, can't do heights. I can't go back on the printing press. Even in pre-press, most of what I used to do manually, not that long ago, is now all computerized, direct to plate. You can edit, correct? If there's an error, a type error, you just go back, edit on the screen, print out a new plate. Some pressman goes and gets it, fastens it on the cylinder, and boom. No, it's there's so many steps to my process. Even printing is, well, it's not all that automated. The presses have gotten a lot more sophisticated, and I think they have improved on analog printing systems. But overall, pre-press is the main thing that I was doing towards the end of my career, my trade, and I'd be lucky if I could even get in that. And I'd have to, it wouldn't be as simple as looking online for what I was doing to seek in a smaller house. That is something a lot more tedious, and that involves a lot more money to go out. This is why I know that a lot of you folks think that me doing the YouTube is I'm relying on. For the many of you that have followed me since my beginning, no. Even when I was working, I hoped that this would take off. That's why I work. My work subsidizes the YouTube. And besides, for my age, you think I'm going to quit to go work at a hamburger place now that they're going to be paying $20 an hour next month For what? For what? So then I can't afford the food that I am working at? I was already hard enough at Sugarfish. We got 50% off, but come on. Sushi is still pretty doggone expensive. Alright. I can see that fucking fool. He's up there at that bus stop. I saw him from when I was crossing Colorado this way. And he was crossing the other way, and then he doubled back, and I saw him. Or I sensed him, and then I looked at him out of my corner of my eye. Yeah, and all this is basically when that one that you saw from the next door app, this is basically all everything. He's talking about these shops and further up that way and stuff like that. Up over by the, especially over by the gas station. Look at this. This guy's got something that he's hiding or looking for. So on and on it goes. I appreciate the suggestions. I really do. But unless you are living out here, honestly, think. Even just to get there. Even if I were to find some killer job, let's say out in Los Angeles and stuff, that paid $25 an hour. It's still going to cost me $100 a month in transportation to get my pass. And then depending on what kind of place of employment, then that means just having to buy a whole new wardrobe and keep that up. You know, it's always easy to suggest, but you gotta realize things are different here than they are out west, out on the east, out part of the Midwest. It is so much. I mean, you got grown adults that are 30 and 40 years plus still living with their parents now that have moved even in since. These are the boomerang of boomerang children that were coined what, back in 2000? Late 90s, 2000s? Keep those comments coming, good or bad. If not, email. I love you all, folks. Stay safe, be smart, and be kind. Honestly, just keep you can keep the ideas, but honestly, look, I share a lot of the comments that you folks with my friends so I can get their opinion and stuff like that, and so they can see, because a couple of them, follow me. It's like no big deal. They work with the real thing, so they already get a mouthful. So, and they're like, what's wrong with those people?
Accused of burglarizing the home of former NBA star and Hall of Famer Paul Pierce. Video from Friday night shows two hooded suspects walking around Pierce's Tarzana home while he was out of town. Another video shows one of those suspects walking away with what appears to be a safe. We're told that there was more than $100,000 in cash inside.
Damn, 100,000.
Other items stolen include several expensive watches and
wasn't a very heavy safe.
Today, California.